Your town, your station, your voice. Afternoons on Calon FM. Listen online at calon.fm.
It's the Annie-Snowden radio show. It's the Annie-Snowden radio show. It's the Annie-Snowden radio show. It's the Annie-Snowden radio show.
Love Blondie. Oh my word, I love Blondie. Loved Blondie when I was younger, but now, you look back on it and go, wow, Blondie was good, wasn't she? One Way or Another is one of the classics that features in this year's rock and roll panto up at Theatr Clwyd. So in that vein, grab your arrows, pull on your tights, Robin Hood's coming to town.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. 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 I'm going downtown tonight. What's going on?
So, up at Theatr Clwyd, ladies and gentlemen, their rock and roll panto is up and running. The world-famous acclaimed panto is back and written once again by the absolutely exceptional Christian Patterson. This year's offering is the Robin Hood, the rock and roll panto, and I'll tell you this now, it does not disappoint in the slightest. Absolutely every single song will have you going. You'll just know every song, right? I only say that because that never normally happens. There's got to be one song or two songs that you don't know, right? So the Rock and Roll Panto this year runs until the 14th of January. An incredible cast, an ensemble piece by every stretch of the imagination. And it would be very unfair of me to single any member of the company out. But whoever said I was fair, right? Ben Locke, who plays the sheriff in this year's Rock and Roll Panto up at Theatr Clwyd, is quite literally worth the ticket price alone. You've got to go and see it. You've just got to go and see Ben Locke perform. He's an awesome character. Unbelievable. So, as I say, I popped up to Theatr Clwyd on Thursday for their press night, and I caught a word with the legendary Phyl Harries, who is playing the Dame, of course. Here he is. Well, bizarrely, this seems to come round very, very quickly these days. Is that how it feels?
It does feel like that. It feels like during the summer, you end up doing jobs with people, and usually they're people who are in Panto. So you start talking about Panto in the summer. Oh, where are you this year? What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, have you heard that gag? Have you heard this gag? Oh, here we go. So it does come round. It doesn't seem to stop somehow.
But it seems, this one somehow seems very, there's a lot of original content, and I don't just mean jokes. I mean, there's visual gags, there's an awful lot in this that I've never seen before.
Well, without giving too much away, I mean, I just think it's a swashbuckling one, as it should be, Robin Hood. Uh-huh. I've seen some productions of Robin Hood over the years, and, they've had toy swords, plastic swords, but the fighting in this is fantastic, yeah. And the set is wonderful because people can enter and exit the set from all over the place, down firemen's poles and swings and slides. It's fantastic. It's just like a giant playground.
Yeah. And it's weird, actually, you say that, because I've spoken to a few people as I come out, and they've all mentioned the set. It's something that never really gets mentioned, a set, but as we just heard from Tamara, Harvey, then the director, it's all built on site. Everything is built here. Yeah. Costumes, everything.
Yes, everything is built on site. In fact, my costumes, the designer and the costume makers came down to my house a few weeks before we started rehearsing to fit me up. So that was quite interesting, in my house. And then, of course, during rehearsals, you go for more fittings, and you see the set being built. You get to know the people in the workshop and the painters, and it's one big family, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and the talent backstage is it's quite phenomenal from the designers everywhere, but the talent on stage, and I say it every year, but I mean, it's excelled itself again this year. I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, it has, and I'm sure we say this every year. Oh, it's the best cast ever. I'm sure we do that, but I genuinely feel that this year is the best cast ever. Everybody has got such strong, music abilities, acting abilities, dancing abilities, and this year, for the first time for a few years, I do feel there's more company dance in it this year. Everybody's involved in the movement and the dance routines, and it just fills the stage beautifully, I think.
Yeah. Written again by the awesome Christian Patterson.
Absolutely.
And I didn't mention to him earlier, but the choice of songs this year, they're all classics. There's not one in there that you don't know.
That you don't know, and Christian is very adamant about a lot of the songs, and then that goes through a process of discussing with Tayo, the musical director. He's got the songs he wants to include, and it's a collaborative result then in the end, so that Tamara's got to say, Annie's got to say as the choreographer, and they all discuss the songs we wanted to perform, and luckily as well, I get a little tiny say in maybe the songs, or a song that I'm going to do, because it's difficult to sing every song. Yeah. I've not got a great poppy voice, so I can only perform some numbers.
And a quick word about the director, because as we just heard, this is her last show at Theatr Clwyd. She may come back as a guest. I don't know how that works, but it's been a fantastic run for Tamara at Theatr Clwyd.
Oh, fantastic! And I was on stage the other day, and a little tear came to my eye, and I thought, what a fantastic show for Tamara to direct, to finish off her tenure here. I've just felt proud on her behalf. Yeah. And I know she's had a great time here. She's built upon the reputation of Theatr Clwyd and taken it to another level. Yeah. So she'll take that now with her to the RSC, and I look forward to seeing the productions there from now on.
Yeah, absolutely. And quick word about the football. This is going to go out on Saturday, but is there a prediction for tomorrow's match against Iran?
I'm not going to please you. I'm not going to please you, but I think it's going to be a draw.
A draw?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's original.
I do. I tell you, my problem is that Wales have created chances for years, and even when they've won games 1-0, 2-1, I've always felt you're not scoring enough goals to make that win emphatic. And I think that will, hopefully not, but I think it might show itself during the latter stages now.
I think you're right. I think there's a danger also when you're playing a team like Iran. Everybody thinks it's going to be a walkover.
That's right.
But this whole tournament so far has been very strange.
It's been crazy, isn't it? Absolutely mad. I mean, who'd have thought Argentina and Saudi Arabia? My goodness.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Phyl Harries, it's always a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you.
Friend. And long may it continue here at Theatr Clwyd.
Thank you very much. And as they say in the song, Rini Amao Hyd.
Phyl Harries playing the Dame, of course, up at Theatr Clwyd for this year's pantomime. This year it is Robin Hood, and will be running until the 14th of January, so you've got absolutely no excuses. Box office number for Theatr Clwyd, 01352 344 101. 01352 344 101. Go on. Support your local theatres, ladies and gentlemen. They won't be there forever if you don't.
Your town, your station, your voice. Afternoons on Calon FM. Listen online at calon.fm.